I refused to ask my wife to homeschool my nephew, and my brother called me heartless. My nephew Tyler is 12 and has been struggling in school for years. He gets into fights with other kids constantly, refuses to do his homework, and thinks all his teachers hate him. The kid has serious anger issues and zero respect for authority. My brother Jake has been dealing with phone calls from the school almost every week. Tyler either got suspended for fighting, or he's failing another class, or he disrupted the whole classroom again. Jake's at his wit's end and keeps blaming the public school system for everything. Meanwhile, my wife Emma homeschools our 3 kids, and they're all testing way above their grade levels. Our oldest is doing high school math in 7th grade, and our youngest is reading chapter books in 1st grade. Jake sees this and thinks Emma is some kind of miracle teacher who can fix Tyler. Last month, Jake came over for dinner and brought up the idea. He goes, "Emma's obviously amazing at teaching. Maybe she could homeschool Tyler too and get him caught up." My wife just smiled politely and changed the subject, but I could tell she was uncomfortable. After Jake left, Emma told me there was no way she could handle Tyler. She said, "Our kids listen to me because I'm their mom. Tyler barely listens to me when I ask him to take his shoes off. If I tried to make him do math homework, he'd probably throw a tantrum." She was right. Tyler's a completely different kid than ours. When he comes over, he ignores our house rules, talks back to Emma, and gets our kids all riled up. Last time he visited, he convinced our youngest to draw on the walls because he thought it would be funny. Emma also pointed out that Tyler's already 3 grade levels behind in reading. She'd have to spend hours every day just getting him caught up to where he should be, which would mean less time helping our own kids with their advanced work. But Jake wouldn't drop it. He kept calling me, saying how unfair it was that his son was struggling while my kids were thriving. He even offered to pay Emma, which made it worse because now it felt like he was trying to hire her as Tyler's personal teacher. Finally, Jake confronted me directly. He came over when Emma was at the grocery store and said, "I need you to ask Emma to homeschool Tyler. Public school is destroying my son, and you're the only family I have left." I told him I wouldn't ask her because I didn't think it was a good idea. Tyler's problems weren't going to disappear just because he left public school. The kid needed therapy, maybe a tutor, definitely some kind of behavioral intervention, but Jake wasn't hearing any of that. He completely lost it and started yelling about how I didn't care about family. He said I was selfish for hoarding Emma's teaching skills while his son was failing. He actually said, "You don't value your own flesh and blood," and stormed out. The next week, Jake called our mom crying about how I'd abandoned Tyler in his time of need. Now my mom's calling me asking why I won't help my nephew, and Jake won't return my calls. I feel bad that Tyler's struggling, but throwing him into our homeschool situation would be a disaster for everyone involved.